Matthew Stuckey here from Verity Baptist Manila, coming to you with a missionary update. And so we counted 81 salvations from Sunday a week ago up through Saturday. And so we had a lot of people putting in a lot of man hours, lots of soul winning going on. So up to date, we're 176 salvations so far as a church in just 2.5 weeks. So those are just over 2 weeks. So those are great numbers. And we don't have the total of salvations from yesterday yet, but I'll have the next missionary update. But I'm sure we had a lot of people saved because we had a lot of soul winners out. And so our Sunday morning attendance was 42. And so that's the highest attendance we've had, and it was higher than I expected. And we have a lot of new visitors coming, and a lot of people at our church are starting to invite friends and family, and some of them have been coming. And so we could potentially have more, and hopefully we will, because the more people that come to our church, the more laborers, the more soul winners. We had 28 out of those 42 people that came soul winning, so that's a great number as well. So things are going great at the church. And on Sunday I preached 2 sermons. I preached on eternal security was the first sermon, and I also preached on the perseverance versus the preservation of the saints. Now that might sound like those sermons would overlap, but honestly there wasn't much overlap at all. There's only one reference I used in both sermons in Ephesians 1. Other than that, I used completely different verses, because the point of the second sermon was not to prove that once we're saved, we're always saved, but to explain what it means to be preserved in the Bible, and to explain what Calvinists mean when they talk about perseverance, and showing how those are two drastically different things, and how the Bible does not teach perseverance of the saints, but it does teach the preservation of the saints, but those are different gospels. And so if you get a chance, definitely check that out. And so things went great, and kind of the theme of this week is to kind of prepare for a few big things. And so this Saturday we have a soul winning marathon, which we're very excited about, and we're pushing to get a lot of people saved, but also a lot of people baptized the next day. As of now, as we're meeting at the hotel, we're having baptisms basically once a month, and this coming Sunday is going to be the first time we've been able to have baptisms. We have many people at our church that are already scheduled and set to get baptized, but what we want to do is push for people that we get saved to get baptized. And so what we're going to be doing is focusing on the houses nearby, as opposed to in Rizal Park where there's a lot of tourism. And we're going to be handing out baptism flyers to the people that we get saved that explain what baptism is and why they should get baptized, and why their baptism as an infant, you know, from coming from Catholic backgrounds, most of them, does not count as baptism. And so we're excited about that, and hopefully we'll get a lot of people baptized, but we know we're going to get a lot of people saved. And we're also preparing for the big missions trip coming in January. And so I just kind of noticed this morning that's just barely a month away in a little bit of few days, and so it's coming up pretty quickly, and we're gonna have a lot of people here for that event. And so it's definitely going to take a lot of planning for the soul winning, the areas. We want to be trying to do that ahead of time, and so we're ready for that, and it's going to be a great time. So anyways, those are the important updates. Things are going great. Definitely pray for our soul winning marathon coming up this Saturday, that we would get a lot of people saved, new people visiting church, and a lot of people baptized. Thank you, and God bless.